So guys, today I'm going to be talking about Nigerians who are abroad with their families. The disadvantages that you tend to have. I'm going to be telling you a story I read from one of our brother called Nwoba Chika Nwoba. Okay, concerning the late first governor of Abia State, who is Ogbonnaya Onu. Now, this story is about having family or children, bearing your children outside Nigeria, or having children in Nigeria, then you take them abroad because you have the capacity, you have the money and all the things that you need. So, as the first governor of Abia State, Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu, okay, may his soul rest in peace, he has been laid to rest in his own state, Enugu. So according to what Chika Nwoba said, he said that this man's children, that is where I have my own focus. It's not about any other thing. That's where I have my own focus. He said that the children who based abroad didn't even want to attend their father's burial in Nigeria. Okay? And they even wanted a Zoom, view. They wanted to watch it on Zoom. They didn't want their presence. They didn't want to come for the burial. So this is the height of it all. Now, what am I saying in essence? What I'm saying is that when you have your children, for example, you have 3 children or whatever, but let's just use 3 at least. Then you, father and mother, making it 5. Okay, so as a family, you guys are 5, for example. Going to Nigeria in the abroad of today will be very difficult. Before you can, for example, if you are in Europe or UK or America, before you can travel to Nigeria in this dispensation, you will have nothing less than, if you are counting in dollars, at least, let's say $15,000 or $10,000 or euros or even pounds. Let's just take it at that for you to travel to Nigeria successfully and live a good life. And this money also depends on the time factor, the number of months that you want to spend. Now, this $10,000 or euros or pounds or whichever currency that I'm talking about here is depending on the time that you want to spend in Nigeria. If you are somebody who is living a high-class life, whose children is, ajebo, don't touch me with sand, then you know that the money will be higher than this one. That is if you can afford it also, okay? Now, those people, let me quickly call out some of the things he said in this narrative, okay? So if you are making your children abroad, you know that you need to. So imagine if you want to travel for Christmas now, because this December is coming, you want to travel for Christmas, and then you need to have a car in Nigeria, right? Or if you don't have, you rent, right? Okay, let's say you rent it for 1 month. You know how much that is going to cost, okay? So, and then you have other expenses. Now, the Nigerian lighting system, the light is not stable. The grid is collapsing on daily basis in Nigeria. So you need to buy fuel. How much is fuel now for you to take your family home and, give them that life that you want, because you want them to at least live to a standard. You want to maintain a standard of Onyesi Obodo Oyibo, of somebody returning back from Obodo Oyibo in Nigeria, for them to have that kind of 24 hours light, except when you people are going on outing, you may decide to off the light. But remember that you also have to keep your freezer running, because you must have these things cold in your fridge. So it's not an easy something. All right. Let me see. Okay. So according to him, he said that it is always important that parents make it a duty to be returning their children home to mix with their people and know how things are done at home. Dr. Ono had his children all abroad. He said that this man had all his children abroad. One of the sons who returned for the burial left for US yesterday, giving an excuse that his wife was not feeling well, feeling all right. He did not witness the interment of his legendary father. In fact, it was said that the children opted for Zoom participation in the burial of their own father, if not for the pressure mounted on them to return home. It was due to that somebody hijacked the event. Now, listen to that. So when you listen to this kind of statement, you understand that if you have your children abroad and they don't have any connection to you or to your family or to where you come from, then just forget about your lineage. That will be the end of it in Africa. Then you remain abroad. Anything that has to do with you, in fact, you go scatter. Your children, you can see, the son that managed to come returned back even before the burial day. Before the burial day. Okay, saying that the wife is not feeling well, just like that. And he went back, maybe no Igbo wife, or maybe he married an African person too, or Nigerian, who maybe doesn't understand what you are talking about, or culture, or maybe Igbo breed, because our people have different breeds. Okay, so if you marry this kind of person who is based abroad, whose parents does not understand anything called Pan-Africanism, you understand? I understand that Africa is not stable. Our government there, especially let's say Nigeria, it has failed. The government is not doing well, right? But does it mean that you have to forget anything that has to do with you? Forget your lineage? Now, this man of this capacity, of this caliber, did not have his children present when he was being buried. Let me even check if I can get his photo, so you people know who I am talking about here. That's to show you the kind of things going on. Where is Ogbonnaya on? Okay, I've got him. Now, this is his pictures. This is his picture here. All right. This is Ogbonnaya on. Okay. This is Dr. Ogbonnaya on, the first governor of Abia State. You see? So that is what I'm talking about here. None of Onu's children spoke from church service up till the interment. They all kept mute. Not even the first son addressed or thanked the guest. In the brochure, no condolence messages. Not even a single one in this man's burial. Okay? So it's a kind of, I don't know how to put it. Let me hear from you. What do you think about having all your children abroad? And sometimes when you calculate how much you are going to spend just to take them home for 1 month only, let's say this December or Christmas, you want to travel home, or Easter, how much you are going to spend just to go home alone, then you cancel the trip. So a lot of children has been brought up. A lot of people will not have lineage again. Because of what? Because their children does not understand anything African. They are now living Oyibo life. They are now living European life. They are now living Canadian life. They don't understand anything that has to do with Africa. Now imagine that it is not Ogbonnaya, okay? It is somebody else who is not as rich as he is, or influential, or connected, because he was a former governor. He was also a politician. I don't know whether he was in APC, before he died. All right? So let's say it's an average common man who is living abroad, who has all his children. Now, the children are not able, since they don't understand anything that has to do with Africa. They don't even know where he comes from. They don't know his village. They have never visited, or maybe they have visited, but they don't care. This man maybe would be buried abroad. Okay? Now, imagine if Ogbonnaya is that kind of person, and then he died abroad and they bury him abroad too, that means that anything that has to do with this man himself and his children has closed, because those children are not coming back to trace where he comes from. I don't know whether you get me. So that is why, if you still want to have a lineage in Nigeria, let's put it at that, because some people may say that their family people are not giving them, rest. Their family people are fighting them tooth and nail, blah blah blah, all those kind of things. Yeah, let's rule that out. Let's say you don't want to have anything to do with your family. Let's say Nigeria in entirety. Maybe you can leave your state and live elsewhere. So if you don't do any of these things, forget about having your lineage back in Africa. You will be lost, because your children, like for example now, his children, once they return back to the US, or the one who that managed to come, once they go back to US, that's the end of this whole story. I am not sure that in the next 50 years that anything like, oh, the children just returned back home is going to happen. It is not possible. They are not returning home anytime soon. They will remain abroad. And with that, Ogbonunayanu's lineage will be wiped out. Now, in some videos that I've seen with this kind of topic, they have advised some people and say, okay, since you usually go home seasonally, what you need to do is to get another wife in Nigeria and have children in Nigeria. Then also have children abroad, since you have a wife abroad already. That is what they're advising them to do. For example, my friend who wanted to travel home with the family, he has 3 children, one small one, then another one who has who is like 7 years or thereabouts, then another one who's like 4 or 5 years. They wanted to travel home together. That is 5 people. Now, the school in Italy is giving them conditions that they cannot travel at the moment. Even when the school will be closed, they can't travel. So the European system is also controlling you, kind of limiting your own, limiting your own freedom, because this is your family, you have children, you are training them, doing everything. But the system is also pressing you not to have that total freedom. Do you see it? So let me know what you guys think about it. I'm just, kind of concerned. Let me know what you think. Do you think that the person will not have the connection again, or the person is going to lose out in his lineage? Okay, drop your comment and share this video. For me, it may also help somebody elsewhere. All right, God bless you, and see you on the next one.